Hi guys, how are we doing today? This is Dorothy, and I hope y'all had a great day. And now, in the last two videos, I explained how to sandwich your quilt and how to get it in the Grace Easy 3 quilting frame. Now, there are different frames, and we will discuss that in the future. Okay, guys? So, today, this is the third video in this part. We are going to quilt some. I'm going to show you how to quilt a 9 patch quilt. Okay. Now, some people do it different. Some people you can quilt it however you want, as long as you make sure that your quilting is close enough that it's not going to bunch up when you wash it or whatever. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. Now, I have already done the first two squares. And what I'm doing is I'm quilting around. Just a second, let me get my thread out of the way here. I'm quilting around the block, okay? Just around the block. Some people will quilt all the lines. Sometimes I do, but on this one, I'm just going to do around the block, okay? So let's get started. Now, again, you want to make sure that you quilt about your stitches are about an eighth of an inch apart. That way it's close enough that it's quilted good enough that it won't come apart when it's washed, okay? Or get all bunchy or whatever. And also, when you're quilting, you make sure your free hand is underneath, and that way you can make sure when you go through with your needle that needle goes through all the way to the back, okay? So again, we're quilting about an eighth of an inch apart, okay? And it's just go in and out just like that. Okay, it's about an eighth of an inch. And again, we're just going to quilt around the block. We're not going to do all the lines. I personally like to look when you just quilt around the block on this one. Sometimes I will quilt all the lines, but on this one I'm just going to go around the block. Okay, and this is so simple and it's relaxing. It's easy to do. It's not anything that's complicated. Sewing is one of the most relaxing hobbies that you can have. Okay, guys? Now, I'm going to pull my thread through. See, I use a long thread. Okay? You can if you want. Sometimes it will get tangled up. Sometimes it don't. I do simply because I don't like threading a needle every 5 minutes. Okay? So I'm going to pull that through. Make sure it's tight. Okay. Then we're going to quilt down this way. Okay. So here we go. And again, about an eighth of an inch. Make sure your stitches are about an eighth of an inch apart. Okay. That way you have plenty of stitching in there and it won't come apart when it's washed. It won't bunch up. It won't, make you have to stand there and try to unbunch it because that can be a pain in the butt. Okay. I have had that happen when I first started quilting. I didn't think about it, and yeah, so didn't turn out good. Okay, and again, just an eighth of an inch apart on your stitches. And sometimes you run into a piece of material that wants to be difficult and not let your needle go through, but it'll go through eventually. Okay, now we're at the end. Pull my thread through like that. That way you're not pulling it too fast and it'll go through without tangling up, okay? Now, we're going to take our needle, we're going to go down through the bottom, okay? Then we're going to come back up through the bottom, okay? Now, to tie it off, to end the stitches, you're going to get just a little bit of material in there. Just take your needle through just a little bit. You're going to pull this up. You're going to have a hoop right here. Okay. You're going to go 1, 2, 3 times through your hoop. You're going to pull up straight on this thread, still holding your loop, and your thread's tied off. Okay? Then you cut it. We're going to tie the end of it. You're going to wrap it around your finger. You're going to twist and pull. That's going to make your knot and tie your thread off. Okay? That's how you tie your thread off when you have a double thread. Okay? Now, we're going to do the next block the same way. Okay? See if I can get the camera a little bit closer here. I don't know if I can or not, but I will try. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay. Now, this is the top of my block right here. Okay. We're going to stitch again about 1/8 of an inch. That way it's stitched good enough. Okay. I get about halfway, I will pull my thread through. Okay. Make sure your thread stays even also, because if you don't, then you'll get knots. Okay, guys? Now, we're going to go through about 1/8 of an inch again, guys. Okay? You don't want it too close, but you don't want it too far apart either. Okay? Now, we're at the corner of this block. I'm going to pull my thread through. Okay? Then we're going to go down. Okay? About 1/8 of an inch again. And some people will quilt the whole block. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But a lot of times people will quilt all the lines. On this one, I'm just going to go around the block. Okay. We're going to go 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Just like that. We get to the bottom. We're going to pull our thread through. Okay. We're going to go through the top down to the bottom. Now we're going to come back up through the bottom to the top. Okay. Now we're going to tie this off. Just get a little bit of material so you can get a hold of it good. You're going to pull it like that. Here, let me move this camera just a little bit. Okay. You have your loop here and you have this thread. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to pull this straight up. Hold on to your loop till it gets down to the bottom. That ties your thread off. Okay, guys? You're going to cut it. You're going to tie it off. Again, put a loop around your finger. Twist and pull. That way it's tied off. Then you can start on your next square. Okay, I hope that this is explanatory, guys. It's really simple to do. It is not hard at all. Quilting is also relaxing, or sewing to me, period. I just love to sew. Okay, I enjoy working on quilts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and hit subscribe and let your friends know. And if you have any comments or suggestions, put them in the comment section. I'd like to hear them. Okay, guys? I can handle constructive criticism, trust me. Okay. Now, on the next video, we are going to be learning. I'm going to go ahead and finish the quilt. Now, it may take me a few days. But on the next video, we're going to learn how to bind it. Okay. Which is, again, the edge of the quilt. Okay. To show y'all real quick. We'll take this clamp off. That's what holds the backing tight while you're sewing. Okay. That way it don't move around. But the binding is your backing. Just going to fold it over. That's going to be the edge of your quilt. Okay. But that I will explain more when we get to that part. But I am going to finish quilting the quilt. It may take me a few days, but I will get it done. Then when I get it finished, then I'll do a video on binding it. Okay, guys? I hope y'all have a great evening and join me on YouTube. All right. Bye.